Hello, I'm Kendra. Today we are discussing some European countries, beginning with Austria. I will read to you a small text from Anton Geraschenko's Twitter. Geraschenko is a Ukrainian former advisor to his country's Ministry of Internal Affairs and often reports on developments related to the ravaging war that Ukraine has endured since 2014. I recommend you to follow his Twitter/X and Blue Sky accounts. Austria's close cooperation in gas imports, which had existed since 1968, first with the USSR and then with Russia, came to an abrupt halt within 3 days. How and did it happen? On November 14th, Austrian company OMV won an arbitration case against Gazprom for $242 million, excluding interest and court costs. The lawsuit was filed because of irregular gas supplies and their complete cessation in September 2022, when the Kremlin hoped to freeze Europe. Vienna realized that Gazprom would not pay and decided to immediately claim this amount through the existing contract. In other words, instead of transferring regular monthly payments for gas supplied to Gazprom, OMV planned to withhold them until the amount awarded by the court was reached. On October 15, OMV received a letter from Gazprom Export, a subsidiary of Gazprom, stating that natural gas supplies under the existing contract would be stopped completely. On November 16, Gazprom cut off gas supplies to Austria, its oldest and largest EU customer among those remaining. However, Vienna turned out to be ready, diversifying gas supplies with the help of non-Russian sources. Moreover, it actually pushed Moscow towards such a scenario. Chancellor Karl Nehammer noted that what had happened was what we have been preparing since the beginning of the war in Ukraine, and assured that gas storage facilities were full and no one will freeze this winter, no home will be cold. We will not be blackmailed by anyone, not even by the Russian president. We will not be brought to our knees by Putin's government, by Putin himself, he declared. Minister for Climate Action, Environment, Energy, Mobility, Innovation and Technology, Leonore Gewessler, made a similar statement. The actions of Gazprom today prove that once again Russia is not a partner, but tomorrow also marks the end of a risk. We will no longer receive supplies from Russia. We can no longer be blackmailed, she wrote. And most importantly, by stopping gas supplies to Austria, Gazprom has thus violated the terms of the contract, valid until 2040, and by doing so it gave Austria a formal pretext for an early and legally clean exit from the contract, thereby getting rid of its gas dependency on Russia, and thus depriving the Kremlin of part of the gas revenues used for the war. Putin has outplayed everyone, once again. Austria has been criticized in the past for its financial ambivalence towards Russia amidst its attack on Ukraine, almost as criticized as their neighbors, the Hungarian government. Both governments have taken the nice approach. President-elect Donald Trump and Chancellor Olaf Scholz of Germany have also recently taken the nice approach by speaking directly with President Vladimir Putin on the phone, the former relating to his historic re-election, and the latter to gain some support points from the German people, as he seeks re-election this coming February. As the Prime Minister of Poland, Donald Tusk, has said, no one will stop Putin with phone calls. The attack last night, one of the biggest in this war, has proven that telephone diplomacy cannot replace real support from the whole West for Ukraine. The next weeks will be decisive, not only for the war itself, but also for our future. He is slowly taking the lead as a proper European leader, a refreshing, stern-worded kind of leadership, compared to the feeble German leadership that has clouded and stalled Europe for years. We cannot be nice to a slaughter state, to a state that mercilessly kills who we consider to be one of our own. It is the same as negotiating with terrorists. Would you negotiate with Daesh? I don't think any decent person in their right mind would. We have been doing the good thing in helping Ukraine fight against Russia by providing them with military and financial resources. The Russian attempt of full invasion of Ukraine has reached its 1000th day. Our continent has gone through stress and later fatigue of this war, yet it doesn't compare to the carnage that our Ukrainian brethren have encountered since 2022, or 2014 if you are counting the occupation of Crimea. It is linked to an array of problems that we have to deal with during our day-to-day lives. In order to curtail these problems, our governments must cut their root cause, the senseless attack on Ukraine. Russians aren't giving up anytime soon. Ukrainians aren't giving up anytime soon, and neither should we. The West is facing a difficult period because of Russia, but we shouldn't let them define our history. We write our own pages and forge our own paths. Hopefully, the recently announced permission by the US to let Ukraine use its long-range missiles to attack the subpar Russian infrastructure will help a bit and encourage our current governments to counter this violent predicament. President Zelensky has said that he wants the coming year to be the decisive year of the war, to end the Ukrainian victory. While I believe that it is too soon to make such a statement, I also believe that with a united Western determination, we can help Ukraine restore its full territory. I am finishing this chat for today. I am leaving the comments open for dialogue. I hope you respectfully engage in them. See you around the interwebs. Goodbye.